slide.
So welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Kim Murphy. I'm the marketing specialist at RiverWoods Manchester. I work as part of the marketing team. Today's presentation is basically an opportunity to learn more about RiverWoods and to meet some of our residents here and just to hear their stories. This presentation is being recorded, and if you have any questions or comments, you can type those in the Q&A function. Sometimes it's at the top of the screen, sometimes it's at the bottom, depending on the device you're using. And a link to the recording of this presentation will be sent out to everyone, whether you're able to join or not. And if you have any comments or suggestions for new topics you'd like to learn more or hear more about, we are always open to that as well. So can everyone see my screen? Yeah, okay. So this is the RiverWoods group. The RiverWoods group was formed in Exeter in 1991. And there are 3 communities within our group. RiverWoods Exeter is our flagship community, which has 3 campuses, the Woods, the Ridge, and the Boulders. RiverWoods Manchester affiliated with the group in 1991, or in 2016 rather, as Birch Hill, and changed our name to RiverWoods Manchester in 2021. And RiverWoods Durham is our newest community that was built in and opened in 2018. The RiverWoods group our purpose is to provide community and peace of mind for seniors. We are all continuing care retirement communities, sometimes called life plan communities. And what this is, besides being a beautiful place to live, is an insurance product. So all of our contracts are regulated by the state of New Hampshire. Our financial performance is reported to the state annually. Because you're considered to be prepaying for your future assisted living and healthcare needs, a portion of the entrance fee for the year that you move in and a portion of your monthly service fees each year are considered a tax deductible spend. So that is very exciting for me anyway, but it's also a lifestyle choice. So, you know, we welcome people who are living independently or ready to give up the hassle and burden of home maintenance. And it's a lifestyle filled with activities and trips and lectures. Housekeeping is included. There's meals that are available, fitness classes, and which is all, you know, leads to increased social opportunities. But it also allows you to stay in control of your life. And basically what that means is you're not leaving anything to chance with your future healthcare needs, and you're not burdening your family with making the decisions for you in a crisis. So life care communities answer the questions of cost, how much your healthcare will cost, where your healthcare will be provided, who's providing it, and the quality of healthcare too. Very important. So we welcome people at a minimum age of 62 or better. And there's 3 levels of living: independent living, assisted living, then nursing care and memory support. A very useful piece of this is transitioning between levels of healthcare. We offer 30 free days of respite for independent residents each year. So if you have surgery and you need to recover, you can transfer to the assisted living or healthcare for 30 days, get back on your feet and go right back to your independent living apartment. Door doesn't shut behind you. And also benevolence. We are a not-for-profit continuing care retirement community, which offers a benevolence clause. So if you outlive your assets through no fault of your own, you can apply for benevolence and the community will cover the cost of your monthly service fees for the rest of your lifetime. So there are a lot of different contracts out there. If you've seen one contract, you've seen one contract really. So this is just a basic overview of the RiverWoods Manchester 70% flex contract. This is the first of its kind in New England. There's only one other community in Texas that we know about that has this type of flexible entrance fee piece. So it's 70% of the entrance fee is refundable to your state, or you can utilize that refundable piece to offset the cost of your healthcare if and when the time comes. So it's a better value. There's a lower entrance fee, lower monthly service fee. We are a type B CCRC, so you can use your long-term care benefit along with this insurance, which is a great financial value. And you have the flexibility or the choice to either preserve your assets or use it to offset the cost of healthcare during your lifetime. So it makes your spend more predictable, and it's kind of a better value. So if you are interested in RiverWoods, there's two pieces, two basic pieces to entry. There's a healthcare assessment that basically deems you're able to live it safely, independently. RiverWoods Manchester doesn't necessarily exclude based on prior diagnosis, as long as you're able to live safely, independently. There is a medical and there is a cognitive assessment as well. And then there's a financial piece to this. Basically, based on the apartment size or the home that you're interested in, you fill out a financial assessment that projects the spending over your lifetime based on your age and income and the size of the home, and it decide whether you qualify for the size of the home. So I wanted to welcome our panel of experts today. We have Bill Boudreau. Len Morin was not able to join us today. Valerie Califf and Jeannie Sanford. And these are, I think you all have moved to RiverWoods within the past few years. And one thing you all have in common is that you made the leap as a solo senior, and are vibrant and active and involved in many things inside and outside of the community. So we'll just take a few minutes now to hear from each of you. So Bill, why don't you kick us off? Tell us about your history and your story.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm Bill Boudreau. And before I get into my chat, I'd like to call on you to visualize an object. The object that I have in mind was a symbol used by Travelers Insurance. And specifically what it is, it's an umbrella. And I'll talk to you more about that a little later as I go along. But just keep in mind that this umbrella is something that you should be thinking about. Okay, my name is Bill Boudreau. I'm a recent widower. I'm an independent living resident over here at RiverWoods Manchester. I was born and raised in Massachusetts. My career brought me overseas to a number of different locations, some quite challenging and others rather idyllic. And when I retired, my wife and I moved down to coastal South Carolina, where we lived full-time for over 2 decades. And then we figured that we were going to age in place. Then all of a sudden, my wife died on me, and life changed. So then I started thinking about my future. I had never thought about a retirement community, but it popped into my head as I considered things. I've considered going back to Europe. And then I started looking around in different locations across the United States. But there was a special appeal dragging me back to New England. I love the change of seasons, and I've enjoyed my youth here in New England, so I came back, and I particularly enjoyed New Hampshire. And New Hampshire has some attractions, especially financial in terms of taxes, but it's a lovely state. And so when I started checking out possibilities, I chanced upon RiverWoods. And I have two sons living in New England. I came up to visit them. And at the same time, I decided to come and visit RiverWoods. We had a very good tour. And as I was concluding the tour, remember that umbrella? That umbrella opened up. And it was telling me, whatever happens, we've got you covered. This is what the insurance company was saying. And this is what RiverWoods was telling me, that if you come here and join us, we've got you covered. And indeed they do. And I'm very content and happy that I made a decision to come here. I think that's it for now.
Okay. Bill, what kind of, I know you spent some time in the fitness center with Bernadette. Did you want to share a little bit of what you participate in there? Or?
Oh yeah, I enjoy the fitness center. I'll enjoy it to a point. I mean, I get a good workout. My muscles weren't working too well for me, and so they're getting rebuilt thanks to the oversight of Bernadette. And then, of course, there's also the tavern on Tuesdays and Fridays where we can have a couple of suds and socialize with other residents and meet new friends. And then I'm involved off campus in a number of different organizations. I'm involved with the World Affairs Council of New Hampshire and the Franco-American Center. And I also go down and use the library a lot, and also the taverns and restaurants. It's easy access into town. You have the benefit of being in a rural setting with close proximity to an urban area. And Manchester is the largest municipality in northern New England. So it's easy access with the road system to get into medical appointments, to restaurants, to shopping. And so it's a nice setting here, and the staff are very capable, very friendly, and they look after your needs whenever they arise. Okay, Kim?
Yeah, thank you, Bill. Excellent. Mrs. Val Califf, would you like to go next and just kind of share?
Okay, I'm Valerie Califf, and I moved from Utah to New Hampshire, but I am a New Englander. I grew up in Massachusetts and Connecticut, and I came back here because my sister kind of said to me, you need somebody that's going to take care of you because I am not. So I began looking at a place, to stay, because I was, kind of getting tired of taking care of even a condo. I lived in a very large condo, about 3,000 square feet. And I didn't need all that space. I didn't need the fixing up things, waiting for a contractor to come in and, fix my refrigerator or washing machine, whatever. I just didn't want to deal with that anymore. And coming here has alleviated that. It's very nice. You don't have to wait for them. And you just, call in and say, gee, my refrigerator doesn't work. Or I have, as I did, my dryer to my door, the dryer door didn't work, and I kind of messed it up a little bit, and I didn't have to wait. Somebody came in and showed me how to open it, the screwdriver, and then my handle arrived a couple of weeks later. So I was back washing and drying clothes. But it was a good move for me because my husband died very suddenly in a bicycle accident, and I was kind of like, oh, what am I going to do? And I was kind of getting tired. I did have a job. I worked at a ski area for about 16 years. And even that was getting to be a little difficult. I was lonely. And so I just happened to open up a magazine, Yankee magazine, and there was this little ad and two women driving a red Miata. And I thought, you know, I can go there because I have the car. And I thought, I'll just call. So I called, and yeah, I moved very, very quickly. And it, of course, was during COVID. I came right in the middle of COVID. And I sold my condo very quickly and packed up, came with a big mess because I had a lot of stuff. But I'm settling in well now and enjoying it very much.
Great. And what are some of the activities you're sort of involved with in and around campus or even community?
I walk a lot, which I've done for a long time. I try to get in about 3 to 4 miles a day. And that's very easy to do around here because you're not really going to get run over by a car. And it's easy, you know, walking, just going out the door, walking around campus, which you can do and get about a mile in. But then you can go up on the hill, and it's very nice, and it's beautiful in the fall. When the leaves are turning, it's just gorgeous. And I even walked in the wintertime. I don't really mind cold that much. And then I also work out at fitness and go to Sit and Fit, which is great because that kind of keeps you moving around a little bit. But I try to stay active. And it's great. You go to Sit and Fit, and it's, you know, happy. People are very happy. I have friends there, and you get your body back into shape.
It's a beautiful thing. I loved when I bumped into you earlier in the winter and you were telling me you went skiing.
Yes, I did. I've been a skier since I was about a year old. So I did go skiing here in New Hampshire. When I lived here originally, I used to ski a lot in Vermont and in Massachusetts when I had the time to do it. But coming back, and I did go to a little ski area in Manchester. In the city of Manchester, there was a ski area, and it's very cute, and it's very surprising because there aren't many cities in the country or in the world that have a ski area right in the middle. So, but it was very nice, and I felt very much at home back on the boards.
Nice.
So it's very easy living here. And of course, I don't have to worry about food anymore because that is served daily or, you know, at dinner. And that's a big help. You know, you go down, you have a few choices, and it's nice not having to have to prepare it. It comes out prepared. And it's been pretty good. It's a good way to gain weight too.
Or have lots of leftovers, I guess, right? We have so many fitness options. They balance each other out ideally, right? I'm glad to hear that you enjoy the food and the lifestyle here. Jeannie, did you want to share next?
Sure. I will echo what Val just said. The food is great, among many other amenities. My name is Jeannie Sanford, and like a couple of the other folks, I'm native to New England, born and raised in Massachusetts in the Berkshires, but ended up for over 30 years down in the Florida Keys, where I enjoyed scuba diving, but I also worked as a kindergarten through 12th grade curriculum specialist for history and social sciences in the Monroe County School District in Florida. And while that was great for a number of years, I also, like Bill, felt a pull back to New England and Val. And I decided to, in my retirement, move back to New England and found a place in northern New Hampshire and enjoyed that for a number of years. And then I started hearing about the concept or the idea of a CCRC. That was very attractive. The more I learned about it, I did my research, and I decided that that was really the best and ideal situation for both myself and my family. And my brothers and sisters are scattered all over the United States. A couple live in California, one down south. So I thought that would really, since I wanted to remain in New England, I thought that might be a good idea to pursue. So I did research it, and I wanted one in New Hampshire, and I found RiverWoods Manchester. This was probably almost a year ago now. It's amazing to me that within a year, I sold my house. I decided on RiverWoods Manchester, moved in early June, and have been delighted ever since, I must say. And they're not paying me, by the way, to say this. Once you're retired, you don't have to worry about stuff like that. But I did choose RiverWoods Manchester for a number of reasons, one of which was location. And I think Bill also had alluded to that as well. I wanted the urban amenities that Manchester offered, but I loved the rural, sort of suburban, kind of beautiful setting where RiverWoods Manchester is located. So it was perfect. The other thing that helped me decide on RiverWoods Manchester was that they were pet friendly. And I have a chocolate lab, rescue chocolate lab that I've had for a number of years. She's getting on up there, and I wasn't too thrilled about leaving her behind. And luckily, Manchester RiverWoods did accept pets. And you'll find, if you come here, either to visit or to live, that there are a number of people who have pets, dogs, cats, and other assorted critters. I know that there was a huge turtle here that Miss Joyce Sweeney had a while back, but they are pet friendly, and that helped me make the decision on where I wanted to move. A third reason is, when I visited here before I made my decision, I kind of picked up sort of a very friendly, sort of a very welcoming vibe and culture. And I'm happy to say that, having lived here for nearly a year now, that is genuine, that is real. And it is a huge, huge benefit to living here at RiverWoods Manchester. And then, of course, last but not least, the killer amenities, I must say, amazing. Housekeeping twice a month. Who knew? How great that is. And, you know, in terms of dining, it's wonderful because they offer you a menu of options. You can go the 30-day meals where, you know, you're getting a meal every day, or if you enjoy the nice, beautiful, brand new kitchen that I have. I mean, I just can't believe this kitchen. You can have 10 meals a month, or you can do 20 meals a month. You save money the less number of meals a month you eat, and you accrue points, et cetera, et cetera. But, you know, a number of other things that were mentioned by Val and Bill, you know, the fitness is great. I do enjoy that a lot. And Bernadette is fabulous. She's a wonderful, wonderful asset for RiverWoods Manchester, and we all love her. But, you know, there are a number of reasons, as I said, that I selected this particular location. And I'm happy to say that I'm happy to be here. So if you have questions, or Kim, if you want to go on with the show, that's fine.
Yeah, well, I mean, unless we could just make it conversational from here. If people, I see one question that came in, and now, you know, would be a great time if any of our participants have questions, you can enter those in the Q&A box, and we can just start kind of chatting about what everyone has to say. And I am also just going to take a minute while we wait for questions to come in and share our next event that is coming up. It is real estate trends for 2022, which could be really exciting or really frightening, depending on where you are in the real estate market. But this is our next event. You can just scan the QR code here, and it'll take you right to our website to register. And I'm also going to drop a link in the chat module. We don't use the chat for questions, but you can click in the chat module, and there's a link to register for that next event. So while I was mentioning, I'll leave this up for one more minute, but I did see a couple of questions come in while I was mentioning that. So for anyone on the panel, what are some of the factors that you considered choosing between various RiverWoods properties? If any of you looked at various properties in our group.
Well, I knew about the other two campuses. I did not visit them, but I visited that area, and the location of RiverWoods Manchester was much more to my liking. And that was just a personal choice, that's all. The airport here is fabulous. I'm not sure I mentioned that earlier. Being able to jet in and out and go almost anywhere is a great advantage, and it's not nearly as difficult to get to as it is to get to Boston, and to to maneuver through a huge airport as opposed to this cool little airport here in Manchester. I mean, you're in and out, and it's wonderful. So for me, Manchester was the place to be.
Thank you, Jeannie. Your comment earlier about everyone being so friendly is so true also. It's one of the reasons that I really love working for this organization too. And I call us the friendly community for that same reason. It's just everyone's so welcoming, and
it's real, it's palpable, and it's unusual to have a community this large without lots of cliques and things like that. And there are folks that pal up and stuff like that, but generally speaking, everybody is so interesting and very kind, very generous. And I'm just thrilled and delighted to be here.
Okay, this question is for everyone or anyone also. Is it hard to get into the great exercise options? Do you sign up ahead of time?
Well, the sit and fit that Val alluded to, you just show up. I mean, the great thing is they give you a calendar every month with all of the events, and you just circle the ones that you want to go to, whether it's field trips, whether it's sit and fit, whether it's yoga, whether it's a lecture on local and state government that I just noticed was in my box yesterday or the other day. You just sort of pick out the things that you're interested in pursuing, and you go after it.
Yep, absolutely. There is a sign up. I think it's
right for field trips. That's right.
Yeah.
There is a sign
if there's transportation involved, there is often a sign up just to make sure that we don't overfill the bus or something like that, or the van.
That's true.
And that they make the appropriate number for a reservation for dinner, or buy the right amount of tickets for a show or something like that.
Right.
So,
right.
But the classes, and if it's arts and crafts or bridge or something like that, you just arrive. Next question: do any of the RiverWoods communities have entry fees that are less than 70%? And they do not. RiverWoods, Exeter, and Durham are 90% refundable entrance fees. Because we are a type B contract here in RiverWoods Manchester, we have the 70% refundable. And I don't believe Exeter, they do not have the flex contract either because they are type A. If you have any follow-up to that, I'm happy to clarify. Doris is asking about walking paths. And if any of you use those. Ballet, you mentioned.
There's a few of them around where you can go in. Actually, they kind of go over some vernal ponds, you know, depending on what the season is. In the wintertime, it's can be a little difficult. You have to be careful. And same with muds, you know, when it's wet, really wet. But there are a few places. And then we do have a place across the street, which is what do they call it? A conservation area, which has just put in a new boardwalk type walking path so that anybody can go and walk. I mean, if you're in a wheelchair or a walker, you can go, or cane, and you don't walk so well. It's wooden and substantial, you know, you don't have to worry about it moving around or tripping over roots and rocks, which we do have in New Hampshire. But it's very nice, and it's beautiful. And then you can also go and see the herons are coming in and they're nesting now. So you can see the process of them building a nest, and they will have babies, you know, as it gets warmer. But that walking path through the cedar swamp area is very nice.
I, for one, am extremely excited about that. It's an ADA compatible trail. And so there will be like benches and interactive virtual experience if you want to participate in that. And to have such an accessible trail into, you know, such a beautiful gem all in the city of Manchester is probably as exciting as a ski resort in the city of Manchester. To me. Anyway. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I think the ribbon cutting is coming up later this month, and we'll definitely have to plan some outings over there. So Jane asked, how long is your current wait list? Well, it depends on the size of the home, but for the most part, RiverWoods Manchester doesn't have a wait list right now. That's because we've taken a number of homes offline to completely renovate them. And so depending on the size of the home, we have certain homes that are available immediately. Some we have a short wait list for. So RiverWoods, next question is, what was RiverWoods previously known as? Our previous name was Birch Hill. We have a long history in the city of Manchester. Before Birch Hill, we were Birch Hill Terrace and Hillcrest Terrace, and our roots actually go all the way back to Pearl Manor downtown. We were the Women's Aid and Relief Society. So our roots in Manchester go back 150 years before we affiliated with the RiverWoods group in 2016. It's a long answer for a short question. Okay, let's see. Doris is asking if anyone visited Exeter and Manchester and if they could talk about the differences.
I looked at Exeter, but it was quite a while ago. And it was very, very nice. And I looked at some other ones that aren't part of RiverWoods. And I was very happy with when I saw Birch Hill, because it was actually, when I came in, it was Birch Hill. And I was very happy with that. It wasn't as large as RiverWoods is in Exeter, and Durham hadn't been built yet. And I was very pleasantly surprised at how easy it was. And for me to get in, it was very quick. I mean, I moved within maybe 2 weeks when it really came down to it, because my condo just sold immediately, didn't even really go on the market. And then, I was kind of worried I was going to be homeless for a little while. But yeah, it was very easy. And I did something that maybe not many people do, is I moved into a very large apartment, and because I had a lot of stuff and I thought I needed a big one, and I ended up going to a smaller one about after a year. And that's worked out very well.
No, I didn't do much looking once I came here, and my umbrella opened up on me and told me that I was fully covered over here. I said, this is the place.
So Mike and June are asking about where you all shop for food. And
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Where you shop for food? How about 5 minutes away at Market Basket? Or, you know, they have a Walmart Supercenter. Amazing to think that within 5 minutes you could be at Market Basket, which is it's a New England, it's an upscale grocery store, I would say, for people that are not familiar. And again, within 5 to 10 minutes, you are at a Target, CVS, Kohl's, Verizon store. I don't know what others, you guys. It's amazing, and you don't even have to get out on the interstate or anything like that. It's just right there. But when you're here, you just can't hear any of that. What you would think of as urban noise, you just don't hear it, and yet it's so close.
can I cook, next question, can I cook all my own meals? Or
Sure.
required to select a meal plan? You're not required to select a meal plan. I think there are some people who live here that actually cook all of their own meals, and if
Yes.
see something that's, you know, irresistible on the menu one day, they, you know, make a reservation or reserve a table or a meal time, but you're by no means required to have the food. Okay, so next question. This is for Bill and Val. Do you agree that after you've been here for more time, do you agree about the friendly lack of cliques between the residents?
Yes.
I have no regrets.
I don't either. No, it's very nice. I'm very happy.
Okay, how many people are here in RiverWoods Manchester? So there's 138 independent living apartments and cottages, and about 60 homes in our healthcare center. So there is transportation within local zip codes in Manchester, where we do offer transportation to additional destinations. Currently, we don't offer complimentary transportation between our communities, but that's something that we've been in discussion about offering, and kind of planning more outings together as a family of communities too. So Jane is asking the minimum age for entry, and that's 62 years young or better. The average age, I think more and more people are kind of making the decision to move in when they're younger, or at least starting the process of doing research. Many communities have quite a long waiting list depending on the size of the home that you might be interested in. So I don't think that it's ever too early to start doing your research, but you know, I think we have a good variety here. Jeannie took advantage of community life and moving to RiverWoods at a younger age. What would you all say? 70s, late 70s, maybe mid 70s?
Oh, I would have moved in much earlier.
I think there's a good variety here too. I think every community like this has centenarians, and then there are people in their 60s, you know, and that's, I guess it kind of depends. answered this. Garage parking. So we don't have garages per se, but we have covered carport parking here. And there is an additional nominal fee of $50 per month for.
Yeah, it's 50.
Okay,
50 a
thank
month.
you. Yeah.
And it's very nice. I like it. My car is cool in the summertime.
Yep, and no snow on it in the winter, but it is a beautiful thing about a community that I don't think any of you mentioned. In the winter time, they clear all of the snow off the vehicles, move the vehicles out of the way, plow and shovel, and put your car in the same spot it was parked in before the snow even started. So that's one of my favorite benefits of working here too. If it's been snowing furiously all day. Next question. Oh, how much have monthly rates changed over the last 5 years? So ordinarily monthly service fees do increase. I think last year it was around 2% annually. Okay, Kate is asking, how do you adjust to losing your friends back home? I guess this is for everyone.
It's, I lost a lot of friends. Well, I didn't lose them. I'm still friendly with them. You know, I talk to them, email them. And, you know, if we didn't have COVID, I'm sure that some would be coming to visit. I know from Utah, because they want to see colored leaves and, you know, see what the East is like. But I haven't really lost a whole lot. You know, I've gained new friends, which is lovely.
Would anyone else like to comment on that, or?
I don't think you lose friends. They come and visit if they live local, and if they don't, well, they can hop on a plane. The thing that I like is they have the guest suites here. Kim, have you told them, have you said anything about the guest suites?
No, not yet. This is a good opportunity to talk about that. So we do have 2 guest suites on campus. They're up on the 4th floor, and any resident can reserve them for family or friends that might be visiting. And I don't think there's actually a limit on the amount of days or amount of time that someone can stay in there either. They can take advantage of all the other amenities in the community, like fitness, and have meals with their hosts, and enjoy everything that the community has to offer. And I think those are $50 a night for a beautiful, newly renovated guest suite. Oh, nope, those are 7 nights, up to 7 nights, and the guest suites are now $60 a night. Thank you, Jen. Just learned something new too. Okay, so next question, is the smaller home or the larger homes with the longest wait list? So in this particular community, there are only a few, I think 6 or 8 of the largest home sizes, and we only have a few cottages currently. There is land to build more cottages, hopefully in the next few years. Don't quote me on that, but we do have land to build more. So in this particular community, the larger homes do have the longer wait list just because there are fewer of them available. So Kate is asking about extra or optional fees. So I guess if you wanted to schedule transportation out of the regularly scheduled route zones, that would be a fee.
Certain field trips have fees.
Yep, that's true. Yep. Yeah. Sometimes there are ticket costs or the cost for your meal, that kind of thing. I can't really think of anything else within the community unless you opt out of the meal plan and you know, decide to have dinner or lunch one day, that kind of thing. There's garage fee. I think there may be a balcony or patio fee depending
Oh, there is.
on the size
You
of the
say
home.
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it, I think. We do offer a service for independent residents called enhanced living as well. If someone needs a little bit more support with big organizing project, or I don't know, just something like that, there's an hourly fee for enhanced living too. And I think everything, your telephone, I don't think is included in the monthly service fee, and then cable, but we do have 5G internet service and Wi-Fi here. And I think more and more people are kind of switching to a service like YouTube TV.
That's what I have.
Yeah, me too. I like it.
Very happy.
Do you all feel safe going into Manchester to shop?
Yes.
Feel safe in Manchester?
Sure.
Next question. Yeah, me too. It gets a bad rap. It's unfortunate. Let's see. Christian church services on the campus. I believe we had those again. Sundays, and we also have scheduled transportation to different churches on Sunday as well. Okay, let's see here. Looks like there's a few that came in to our chat function, a couple more here. Is there anything that you would change living here at RiverWoods Manchester? What do y'all think?
So I'm waiting for a carport. I would love to have had the carport when I first moved in, but you get on the wait list, and within a year or so they say if you want one you can get one, but we'll see. But yeah, that's the only thing.
Okay, so I'm going to answer that last question. I think that's all of the questions. If you have anything else you've been meaning to ask but haven't, I would ask that you type it in now. Does anyone have anything else they would like to add or meant to kind of include earlier? No? Just see here. Well, I'll add that we are certainly open for tours, and you can schedule one with Carmen to come in and have a tour, enjoy a meal, or Jen and Katie can host a virtual tour for you. I hope that you took a moment to register for our next event, the real estate update that's coming up in a couple of weeks. And we do have 2 more questions. Let's see, Kate. Yes, there is a monthly fee for a patio or a balcony each month. Susan, we do have vacancies. There are a couple of different home sizes available right now. Some are under renovation, and then a few are ready. And if you contact Jen or Katie or Carmen, they can walk through what exactly is ready for you. Okay, what are the fees for the balcony? So
$50 a month.
$50 a month, and it's something standard with all of our communities and most CCRCs or life plan communities. For example, in Durham, anything on the first floor with a direct entrance is automatically $5,000 higher in the entrance fee cost. So $50 a month is actually pretty reasonable compared to our sister communities. And I think that's the balcony fees are, like I said, just an industry standard. They improve the quality of the home. And they do require a little bit more maintenance and upkeep year to year. So. The balconies are not screened or glassed in. They are open air. There is usually a kind of a, not a French door, but a door with windows and a couple of actual windows on each side too, depending on the size and style of the home. But there are, I guess, larger balconies on each floor and wing for, you know, groups or neighborhoods of residents that can use those kind of more communal spaces. Jane is asking if you can have it screened in. I don't know, maybe. I guess it depends. Well, right now there's some exterior renovations that are going on that will include the balconies being replaced. So that might be an option, but it would require some further research. Those were some good questions. Thank you. Sounds like there's some pretty serious and interested people. So that's great. And I hope this was a helpful presentation. And I hope that it was, you know, you got something out of meeting this panel of residents and kind of hearing their stories. And if no one has any other questions, our time is just about concluded and we'll see you at the next event. Oh, we're getting good reviews here. So thank you everyone for your time. Have a great afternoon.